No one could have expected what Jon Jones did to Ciryl Gane in that fight. No one could have expected.
Well, that's just not true, DC. Not only did Henry Cejudo know exactly what was gonna happen, I made a full breakdown talking about how Gane had absolutely no chance on the feet or on the ground. I even predicted the groin shot. I even predicted that Alexa Grasso would win.
Valentin on tap! Valentin on tap!
What I did not predict was that Michael Chiesa was gonna give his lady that elbow sopa. There was a script floating around before the fight that was eerily similar to the Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury script. And I can't believe that people thought it was fake. It's right here. However, it's not even close to what happened. Let me break it down for you. What's up, everybody? My name is Jesse, and I'm the founder and grandmaster of MMA, Mexican martial arts. And this video was sponsored by the Ridge Wallet. More on that later. Let me remind you that I am not a Jon Jones fanboy, but I am a MMA truther and a staunch supporter of MMA math. It's my strongest subject. And if you watch my prediction video, then you already know that I was busting out that MMA long division. And Jon Jones was the quotient. That's all it was. Not bias, not favoritism, not a general aversion to the French. I'm not a Ciryl Gane hater. I think he's a likable dude, and he doesn't deserve all the negativity that he's getting right now.
Professional record, 11 wins.
But he also didn't deserve to be in the octagon with Jon Jones. He's just not on the same level. That would be like Shamrock trying to be up there with Hulk Hogan. That's not how I organize them, though. It's just they're not. Like, Stone Cold is one of the GOATs right here. It's not. I've never thought about it that way, and now it's bothering me, because then Stone Cold should be right there. It's just because they're different sizes. But, like, speaking metaphorical, if I did do it like that, Jones would be there, and then Gane will be right here. But that's nothing bad to Sid Vicious. Forget about the piano. Gane's just not on the same level. Jones was ready to hop in the cage without even getting lubed up. He wasn't afraid of Gane or ashiness, but he was afraid of hurting his big toe. He knows that Gane's a dirty fighter. He probably thought that he was gonna try to do some foot stuff. Ironically, he did some groin stuff with his foot. I tried to tell you that Gane's a dirty fighter in my prediction video, but a lot of fools didn't want to listen. Well, I got some news for you. You don't have to listen. You could watch. Roll the footage.
On the groin, 7 seconds in.
It's good that Jones made it obvious. Gane's been getting away with it too much, and it's enabling to fools like Low Blow Nickel. But a low blow is no match for a high level fight IQ. In the very next exchange, you can see Jon Jones trapping the foot. That's old school stuff right there. The number one thing people are always talking about is Gane's mobility. And Jones took it away from him. And Gane got scared. He didn't even want to get close after that. He looked like when Daniel Cormier pushed Brock Lesnar. Gane was already looking different after his loss to Ngannou. And the decline continues. He lets things get to him. He's very sensitive. But he had to do something. So he did the safest thing he could think of. He threw a leg kick, but it wasn't as safe as he thought because he forgot that Jones has that 84.5-inch reach. Gane's usually able to go in and out with his attacks, but Jones's reach is so long that he was able to catch Gane before he could back up all the way. However, Gane's a professional, and it was obvious that he had to do something different on the next exchange. But not a lot of people know that Gane has OCD. So he had to do it at least one more time. And Jones was going to use this opportunity to close the distance. But all of a sudden, Gane doesn't want to clinch. Maybe he had a big launch. And he didn't want none of that Jon Jones elbow sopa that I was trying to tell you about. Gane couldn't stand with Jones. He didn't want to clinch with Jones. He couldn't keep from fouling Jones. And he definitely didn't want to grapple with Jones. We're almost there. Then Jones threw a horribly telegraphed kick that even Mark thinks he's Goddard saw coming from a mile away. It was so bad that it actually gave Gane the confidence to kick the knee. But that fool still ain't gonna clinch. He throws a half-hearted jab that doesn't land. And Jones starts to pressure him. Gane decides to stay at kicking range. So Jones lands a calf kick. It kind of looks like it didn't land, but you could hear it. And this is where we see classic Jones. Highlight reel Jones. Pre-USADA Jones. He does a no-look kick to the knee. And then some spinning stuff. And he catches a little jab on the way, but he's unfazed. You gotta learn how to celebrate your wins. And then Gane landed a right hand to Jones' stomach, which was a big mistake. He drew attention to Jones's biggest insecurity. They already been calling him the Albuquerque Doughboy. That supposedly he got diagnosed with type 2 body positivity. And then this fool's gonna highlight his stomach on live national pay-per-view. Jones was watching the Grosso fight backstage, so he already knew what to do. He slipped the next strike and took the back. That was the last place Gane wanted to be. Jon Jones on your back is almost as bad as a fat leather wallet on your back. Some of you fools are out there not even realizing that you're giving up your back on the daily. The Ridge wallet is a slim, RFID blocking front pocket wallet that holds up to 12 cards. And your cash. If you think you need anything more than that, then you don't need a wallet. You need a suitcase. Matter of fact, you don't need a suitcase. You need a backpack. You could throw all your stuff in there. Your pen, your hat, your watch, your ring when you get mad at your lady, and even spare Ridge wallets. I love my Ridge wallet. And if it was right here, I would show it to you. Wait, hold up. I forgot it was in my pocket. It's so sleek, I couldn't feel it. If you want a wallet that doesn't cause back pain and isn't so cumbersome that every time you sit down, you gotta take it out and put it on the table, then go to ridge.com/Voto and put in the promo code VOTO for 10% off.
That's a great deal.
Jones knew exactly what he was doing when he took Gane down. You could see him isolate that leg from the get. And then it looked like he was either gonna use Gane's left wrist or left ankle as leverage so that he could roll him onto his back and initiate the ground and pound sequence. Gane tried to crawl away, but Jones roped him back in with that chain wrestling. I know a lot of fools thought he forgot how to wrestle because he didn't do it in his last couple of fights. But I tried to tell you, he's an opportunist. It's even on his Wikipedia. Whatever way he's fighting, it's not because he's trying to prove a point or because he can't do something anymore. Jon Jones is simply gonna do what works in that moment. And nothing was gonna work better in this fight than wrestling.
In the top 25 ranked heavyweights, there's only one who's never had a wrestling match. His name is Ciryl Gane. There's only one heavyweight in the top 25 that doesn't have a black belt in jiu-jitsu. His name is Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane is 1-1 in his last two.
Jones tried to get the hook in for a moment, but then he remembered what Cejudo taught him.
Remember who you are. You are my son.
And he went into that flow state. And I'm gonna say it right now. Jon Jones is usually a dirty fighter, but he didn't do anything dirty in this fight. He waited till after the fight. The dirtiest thing that Jon Jones did during the event was not give any credit at all to Henry Cejudo. That's gacho, Nacho. It took Jones a moment to find his way under the chin, but once he got it, he put all his weight on the back of that head, kind of like how Ciryl does. And Gane was hopeless right here. The only thing he even attempted was pinching those love handles. I don't even know if small fat manipulation is legal, but it didn't matter. Gane tapped out. The entire match lasted about as long as Jake Gyllenhaal's fight in the prelims, and Gane hardly even touched him. Jones landed more significant strikes on himself than Gane did before the fight even started. All this mobility that we've been hearing about was no match for whatever this is, and Gane could do nothing but admire. Gane and this dude right here, he left fools all over the world saying, I wish that someone would look at me the way that Gane looks at Jon Jones. Even Dana White was getting in on it, but this one was a little creepy. It was like when Michael Scott was peeping on Jim and Pam.
Kiss her good.
I'm gonna be honest, I felt bad for Gane, but this might be the best thing that's ever happened to him. He said that the loss to Nagano didn't feel like a real loss, but that this one made him angry.
Really angry.
Although, when you hear him say it, I'm not entirely sure that he knows what the word angry means.
I'm really angry.
Maybe he meant tired or hungry.
Really angry.
What we do know is that everything I said was right. Jones easily defeated Gane, and he didn't mimic his style or anything like that. The closest that Jones came to mimicking Gane was when he spoke French.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
And I'm not 100% sure, but I think that Stipe Muchacho was also speaking French.
Man, I'm gonna act like this, like, get my good side, man, it's done.
And it looks like he's gonna fight Jon Jones in July. So I guess I'm gonna go watch every single Stipe Muchacho fight now. If you enjoy these breakdown style videos, then please help me keep making them by doing all the stuff you see right here. I know it seems lame, but it actually works. And if you want access to 2 new exclusive Below the Beanies every single week, either on the Patreon or the YouTube membership, then scope the links below in the description. Thank you for watching Mexican Martial Arts. Appreciate it. Good looking out. Late.